Hey, or because I'm a complete sucker for punishment, I thought I would do another little product review type thing. The last one I did of the plasma cutter went down so well. You know, I got told by a couple of people I was a complete idiot and I'd wasted their time. So thank you for your positive feedback. It's all much appreciated. Anyway, I have always thought a bearing puller would be a useful thing, and after pulling that bearing apart, trying to get it out using a hammer, I went on eBay and I've just ordered the cheapest bearing puller pusher thingy there was on eBay. So I thought I'd do a little video to let you kind of see what it's like. We're not started off too well, so it arrived this morning and this is how the box is. So obviously when I open the box, I'm hoping that all the bits will be in there. Funny enough, I had a couple of looks at other reviews of these cheapy things on YouTube, and they're all American reviews, and most of them had the same issue with the box falling apart. So anyway, you'd think they'd have sorted that by now. Yeah, I'm not going to do that whole unboxing thing because, you know, I'm sure most people know what cutting bits of box looks like. What I would say is first impressions are quite good. It's bloody heavy. Fingers crossed nothing fell out of that hole, because it looks like the sort of little bits and bobs that could have fallen out that hole are actually tied down inside. And it's certainly pretty substantial. I mean, this was, I think it was 80 quid. I mean, I did think, originally I thought, oh, I'll buy myself a bottle jack and make one myself. But then when I saw the cost of these, I thought, do you know what, it's just not worth the effort, because it probably cost me 30 odd quid in parts. On eBay, there seem to be sort of two options. There's a 6-ton one and a 12-ton one. Being a cheapskate, I went for the 6-ton one. The 12-ton one was about 50% more expensive. I don't know. I have no idea if it's high enough value. It does come with a basic set of instructions, and it's pretty simple to put together. I'm not going to offer some comment about metal size and bolts and all that sort of thing, because although I am an engineer, I am an electronic engineer, so I am totally not qualified to say whether any of this stuff is strong enough or no. And it often makes me laugh when I see and hear totally unqualified people trying to say things like, the welding's a bit old on here, which is just total nonsense. Anyway, so that's it together. That's taken like 10 minutes. So this kit doesn't come with any of like the plates or anything to actually do the pushing. I've ordered a separate little set of those which haven't arrived, so being the kind of impatient bloke that I am, I'm going to give it a go with the old-fashioned way of risking a socket, which is also slightly the wrong size. Moved it back down again now, because I suspect it was actually, I didn't have that done up tight enough. I've got the same on my engine hoist, that although that looks like it should be a finger tight thing, unless you've got fingers made of steel, I tend to have to use those to tighten it up enough. You're not man enough to move that bearing. So should have forked out the extra 50 quid for the 12-ton one. Fine, I've got a choice. Now, is it that I can't put enough force on that? Or if I put a longer lever on, do I then break that little bottle jack? I'm feeding you with enough opportunity here for you to leave some narky comments again telling me I'm an idiot. They're not Hermes anymore, are they? Every it's just shown up with the little kit of different size or same. So I don't think it's going to make any difference here, because I've just been putting a whole load of heat on around here, and it's still not moved, but I'll try with that. So I've been putting quite a lot of heat on here. It's actually hot to the touch and it's still not moving. I am certainly not going to give this thing a thumbs down because that would be unfair. What I didn't know is how much tonnage you need. So this is a wheel bearing from an MX-5. I didn't know how much tonnage you need. The answer is you obviously need more than 6 tons. The frame itself seems to be fairly substantial, so I'll go off on eBay now and see how much a higher tonnage bottle jack is. It's a kind of a that from me for this because it hasn't done the job I've wanted it to, but that is probably my fault. So lessons learned if you're looking at this review because you want a bearing press to press out bearings of that sort, is the 6-ton one is probably not adequate for what you want. The 12-ton one maybe. Obviously I can't comment on that. So that's my little review on that press. Feel free to tell me I'm a complete idiot again. I know that's not a brilliant review because basically I haven't either proved or disproved the thing works. All I've proved is 6-ton ain't enough for the sort of bearing I was trying to push. That may be useful to some people because if I'd have found a review like this before I ordered, I'd have ordered the 12-ton one. So please don't whinge too much, alright? Bye. We're a few days on and Posty has just delivered this. 20 ton. I'm going to see if this fits that press and see what happens. Okay, so that's the 20-ton jack in there. So the observant of you may notice some cable ties. The body of the jack of this one is a fair bit taller than the other one, and my muscles weren't strong enough to pull the springs to where they should be. All those springs do is pull it back up again, so I'm not too worried by that. I reckon we've got one of 3 things can happen here. It'll either work perfectly and push the bearing out, it won't work and it won't push the bearing out, or the extra pressure from here will rip the whole structure apart. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds when I start jacking this down. Really good. Put it in the comments. What do you reckon? Where's your money going to go? That is removing that bearing. Very well. There we go. That's thumbs up for a 6-tonner modified to 20. Says it can get those chunky wheel bearings out. As said, don't do this. It's a stupid idea. Do not overstress your frame. It could end up ending in tears.